If you ride with me, I gotta work for the both of us.
This is significant breaking news. Chelsea have held initial talks with Maurizio Pochettino over the manager position at Stamford Bridge. Now, it's understood that the former PSG and Tottenham coach is one of 5 candidates at this stage of the process. We know that Chelsea have admired Pochettino in the past. They've asked about his availability. They did that when Thomas Tuchel left the club. Now, we at Sky Sports News have been told that Pochettino will assess his options in the summer and he's preparing for the right opportunity. Will it be at Chelsea? Now, he's been approached by Real Madrid twice. He's also turned down several offers in recent months from clubs in various European leagues, but we now know he has held initial talks with Chelsea over the vacant manager's position. Significant news this evening here on Sky Sports News. As soon as any developments on that, we'll of course let you know.
Understanding Maurizio Pochettino's Tottenham Hotspur tactics. Pochettino's best years at Tottenham came whilst using a 4-2-3-1 system. When building out, they would look to use a half-back in Eric Dyer, who would drop between the 2 centre-halves and form a back three when playing out, usually consisting of Alderweireld, Eric Dyer and Jan Vertonghen. And when building out in this three, Christian Eriksen would often drop into the midfield to gain numerical superiority and help Spurs build out the second and third phases, having a destroyer in Wanyama or a ball carrier in Moussa Dembele next to him. And this is something that Paul Pogba has done when playing at Manchester United off the left, most notably under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Pochettino likes his fullbacks to be extremely high, and because of the centre-backs being split, they don't have to worry about covering the wide defensive channels in transition. And this shape on the ball would consist somewhat of a 3-4-2-1, with the fullbacks pushed on into the midfield, with one of the attacking players dropping off to link play in the middle, and then a striker with 2 narrow forwards in the final third, and a back three with Eric Dyer dropped into it. Dele Alli's smart movement was one of the biggest attacking threats that Tottenham Hotspur had to offer. Combine that with Kane's ability to drop deep and link play was a perfect combination when it came to attacking play for Spurs. Kane would often drop into the midfield, pulling markers and bodies out of the way, whilst often leaving space for Dele Alli to exploit using his late runs as a second striker. And there was this somewhat free-flowing positioning from Tottenham's front four, and it would make it very hard for defenders to track and mark Tottenham's attackers, making them a very awkward team to defend against. They would all often rotate. Due to the players' versatility, they were all very effective in different various positions. For example, Heung-min Son rotating to a striker, Kane rotating to a deeper role as a 10, Eriksen playing much more deeper centrally, and Dele Alli having the ability to play as somewhat of a makeshift 9. And Danny Rose and Trippier did not go unnoticed in this system either. They were all excellent at creating overloads in the final third, helping out the front four. And this would often happen when Spurs went to a narrower shape. And this narrow compactness would create loads of vertical interchanges, with runs up and down creating space for each other. However, one of the biggest attributes to Pochettino's football is the man-to-man pressing system. Pochettino's press is incredibly aggressive, but he has to have the personnel who will work and run for him, which could be one of the reasons that it's not clicking at PSG, due to the front 3 or 4 not having the off-the-ball work rate of a Son, Ali, Kane or even an Eriksen. They would often push the ball into wide areas, and when the space in the pocket was limited and impossible to play out of, they would charge in a pack of 3 or 4 to win the ball back in turnover, often resulting in a counter-attack chance or goal. A lot of people do not want Pochettino at Manchester United, and whilst I do agree to a certain extent, he's not the worst option in the long term. His style is very accustomed to quote-unquote the United way, and his style is very easy to implement if you're able to work hard, and it has worked in the Premier League for him prior. He got 86 points in the 16-17 season, which is exactly what Manchester City needed to win the league last year. And if you want to see content like this on a more consistent basis, please do not forget to drop this video a like and a comment and give me a follow on Twitter. Cheers.
No way out. It's a London thing. Tell him it's a London thing. I do it for my G, trying to go from the bottom to the top. Tell him it's a London thing. It's a London thing. Tell him it's a London thing. I do it for my
Maurizio Pochettino is the most underrated manager. His achievements with Tottenham were amazing. People say that he never won any trophies, but so what? Tottenham aren't that big of a club. They don't spend the same amount of money as Man City, United, Liverpool, Chelsea and Arsenal. During his 5 years at Spurs, they always had the lowest transfer spend each season, and they always had the lowest wages out of all the top 6 clubs. Yet every season he overachieved by finishing 3rd or 2nd in the league. Now people like to laugh at Spurs for bottling the league and finishing 2nd, but 2nd for Tottenham is actually amazing. It was their best finish in 54 years. And he also took Tottenham, little old Tottenham, to the Champions League final for the first time ever. And he did it with Harry Winks and Sissoko in the middle. And not only did he overachieve, he did it with exciting attacking football, and the Tottenham fans loved him for it. He turned players like Harry Kane, who was just an academy graduate, into a superstar. Dele Alli, Trippier, Vertonghen, Eriksen were all turned into superstars because of Pochettino's management.